In every nation, there are stories that shape its soul. Stories not always written in history books, but carried in the lives of people, in quiet sacrifice, in unwavering faith, in love that gives without counting the cost. Belize is one of those places, a land of vibrant culture, deep faith, and resilient people, where, many years ago, a group of women arrived, not seeking recognition, but answering a call. They came with little, but carried something far greater, a mission rooted in the gospel, and a conviction that would guide every step they took. This is the story of the Pallottine Sisters in Belize. To understand their mission, we must first understand who they are. Not simply teachers, not only missionaries, but women whose lives are shaped by a calling that begins with love.
The Pallottine Sisters are a group of sisters that was started by a priest named Saint Vincent Pallotti. He was born in Rome, he lived in Rome, and his body is still uncorrupt in the Church San Salvatore.
St. Vincent Pallotti's motto was, "The love of Christ impels us."
A simple phrase, yet a powerful force. Not just words to be spoken, but a truth to be lived.
For me, that is the driving force to spread God's love by the way we live, the way we act, our whole life, and to bring Christ wherever He's needed, whether it's in schools or hospitals or social work. As St. Paul said, do everything for the love of God.
It is this love that becomes their mission, and it is this mission that brings them to Belize. The story of the Pallottine Sisters in Belize began in March 1913 when 4 sisters from Germany, Sister Dominica, Alphonsus, Leocadia, and Reinhildis, answered a call to mission in what was then British Honduras at the invitation of Father Versabel S.J. Their journey began in the western town of Benqueviejo del Carmen, where they taught children, cared for the sick, and reached out to the poor, laying the foundation of a mission rooted in faith and service. By that same year, their presence expanded north to Corozal, where more sisters joined them, forming a growing community. There, education extended beyond the classroom, as girls were taught crafts and cooking, and boys were introduced to gardening. Over the years, the Pallottine mission continued to grow. New communities were established in Cayo and Punta Gorda, whilst also assisting the surrounding villages. In the southern part of the country, the sisters not only taught in schools, but also formed young women in religious life, opening novitiates and welcoming local vocations. It was called Nazareth. Enthusiastic residents in Punta Gorda came out to meet them at the ringing of church bells. In Belize City, their vision took on new life. By 1957, the first students began their education under the guidance of the sisters, and in 1961, the Pallottine High School was officially dedicated, a lasting symbol of their commitment to education and formation. From humble beginnings, the Pallottine Sisters built a legacy of faith, service, and education that continues to shape Belize to this day. They did not come simply to teach subjects, but to form hearts, to shape character, to prepare young women not just for careers, but for life.
If you prepare the students for the world and not prepare them for heaven, I think we have failed in our mission, because this is why God created us.
Their classrooms became more than places of learning. They became spaces of encounter where faith and knowledge walked hand in hand. But the mission is never one-sided. As much as the sisters gave, they also received.
I think one of the things that we are blessed with in our country is the hospitality of the people and their simplicity.
In a land far from where they began, they found belonging.
Because the truth is, they came as a missionary. And then when you think about missionary, you think about you're ready to serve. And once you're doing it for the love of Christ, which that's our motto, then you do everything with joy, and it didn't matter how far you were from your country. And so that's what I guess made them share their passion with. They did their work with love. Yes, they did go back to their country every 3 years, but they can't wait to come back.
And in that joy, their roots grew deeper. But behind every sister is a personal story. A moment of decision, a moment of surrender, a moment when everything changes.
And as I have shared with so many people, when I first thought of becoming a sister, I tried to push it back in my head, but kept coming back.
Because a calling does not disappear, it waits.
And I didn't have the courage to tell my father to his face what I wanted to do, so I wrote a letter. And he was so happy. He said it will be a life of sacrifice, but you have to have a strong will. But I wanted to go immediately after graduation, and he said to me, at least stay to spend this last Christmas with us. And as you asked, was it hard? Well, January, my father accompanied me to go to Punta Gorda. My first Christmas, oh, I cried because of working with my family. But still, I remembered my father's words, and I still remember he bought me a thick book at the printing press at the time, Religious Life, all about religious life. And he also gave me a big book to read in Spanish, Querer es Poder.
It is not always easy to leave behind what is familiar, to choose a path of sacrifice, to say yes without knowing everything ahead.
So it is hard, yes, in a certain way, but you have to make that sacrifice. And to this day, I don't regret being a Pallottine sister.
And in that yes, a life of purpose begins. Their life is not extraordinary in appearance, yet extraordinary in meaning. It is built on rhythm, quiet, faithful, consistent.
As a young sister, you get up early, you pray because that's important. You go to mass. Then wherever you're living, if you are in the district and you live in a convent, you have to prepare breakfast because normally we don't have cooks to do when we are in the district. So you prepare breakfast, you have your breakfast, and whatever ministry you're involved in, then you need to take off and do that. If you're a teacher, a nurse, but make sure that prayer is put in, because we must begin our day with prayers, and we must go to mass. It's a part of you cannot give what you don't have. So mass is crucial, and so our superiors normally would allow us to find a job or do mission that is close to where we don't have to travel far and we miss the mass. And so that's important. Then you come back in the evening, it's the same. You do your evening prayer, supper, and most of the time we have our little social during supper time, where we talk, we share whatever happened during the day, and update everybody and stuff like that. When you're young or you have good number, even if you're still 2 or 3 people in a community, you still communicate your day with them.
One of their most visible legacies stands in the lives of young women. Pallottine High School, not just an institution, but a continuation of their mission.
Yes, this is the Pallottine experience, and it's an entire package, right? You can't just have the academics without also having the religious pursuits as well.
Here, education is not divided, it is whole.
Good morning, I am Rashan Reynolds Bowman, principal of Pallottine High School. Well, Pallottine High School may be in 2026, however, the impact of the sisters definitely can be seen here on our campus. Walking in, all our billboards reminds us that the sisters are here, right? And they are very intentional with the infrastructure here at Pallottine High School. We also have the bus of St. Vincent Pallottine, and we have different religious relics around the school. In fact, the entire convent just being there shows us that the sisters are here on this compound. And in terms of our traditions and customs, whatever we do have been passed down by the Pallottine Sisters, right? So they really started out this school and established various customs and traditions that we still use up to today. Some people say, well, times are changing. You need to water down your rules, right? You need to stay relevant. But I think we could stay relevant in different ways, and we should never compromise your true identity or your values.
Because identity is what gives meaning to everything else.
So the sisters do still participate in everything here at our school, right? For example, on the first Friday of every month, they would come over for Mass. And they are very pious, they are very reverent, and our students would see that, and then they would try to emulate these traits that the sisters have. And of course, when it comes time to pray, again, the students are able to see this happening by the sisters as witnesses to God's eternal love. The sisters still do package grocery bags on Wednesdays for the elderly in our community, and the students are encouraged by this. On Tuesdays, it's a fight. They want to go over to assist the sisters with packing these grocery bags, and they're excited when they're able to assist in the distribution of these grocery bags. Well, I would say holistically, 100%, everything here was shaped by the Pallottine Missionary Sisters, right? So we need to remember that it was never the intention of the sisters to open a school, but actually the story goes that the parents were the one who came asking that the sisters would assist their daughters, especially some of them who could not get into another well-established all-girls school that was already founded at that time. So the sisters first started out with the homemakers program, and that is the core of our institution. So that means that every student that enters Pallottine High School, they would need to take the subject of food and nutrition, where they would know how to cook, bake, make something at home, or they will also need to take the clothing and textiles program, where they would learn to sew, repair items, repair fabric, learn about fabric. So even though they may be academic subjects, we still hold on to those foundational subjects there. Also, so many of you may remember Sister Therese with the music school. And so this is why we continue to teach music here at our institution. Besides just the subjects, of course, the sisters have impacted our entire identity. If you look at our mission, right, it's founded in Roman Catholic belief and the Roman Catholic faith. Our vision as well, it's not only about the academics, but to get students to encounter the living God here at school. So all of that was left for us by the Pallottine Missionary Sisters.
The mission does not belong to the sisters alone. It lives in those who continue the work.
The Pallottine Sisters have provided a supportive spiritual environment which produced industrious, exemplary, and humble women working in various sectors of Belize.
As a lay educator, being here so long at Pallottine High School, of course, I look up to the nuns, and I try to take off of what they have taught me. And for us in our classroom setting, we go beyond the textbooks. We look at how well-rounded are the girls when they graduate. And of course, we look at spirituality. So here at Pallottine, what we do, and we continue to do, is to continue the Christian tradition.
Teaching becomes more than instruction. It becomes responsibility, accountability, and care.
Being at Pallottine High School has definitely shaped the kind of women that I have been in the sense of what they have taught us. They taught us many rules and values that are instilled in us from since first form. When we came here, they taught us how to be responsible, how to always be punctual, to show up on time. And those are things that I believe every person needs to know in order to be a valuable member of society and to go and actually spread the love of God through your actions, so that when people see you, they will also want to be a follower of Christ.
Because the strongest lessons are not spoken, they are lived.
And I used to tell the teachers at Pallottine High School, I used to say, teachers, as long as the students are here, we are responsible for them and we have to answer to God. I remember I used to have one teacher of religion, and at every staff meeting she used to say, teachers, one reminder, whether you teach geography or history or maths or religion, we are all teaching religion by the way we respect one another and by the way we respect even our students.
Over the years, the impact of their work has spread far beyond the classroom walls.
Well, I must say I'm proud of our girls. Several of them hold very high positions in life. One of them was the accountant general.
Women who led, who serve, who contribute to society, carrying with them something deeper than knowledge.
At Pallottine, it was not just about education, it was about formation. There was just so much we were formed for the whole person. Because being the accountant general, I was able to make a difference. And so my Pallottine education really have a great influence on my life and help to form the person that I am.
And as you tell them, girl, the greatest gift you can give back to your school is live by your Christian principles that we have taught you here at Pallottine.
A legacy not measured in numbers, but in lives transformed. But every mission faces its challenges. Time changes everything. And the question of today are not the same as before.
The harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few.
The Pallottine mission must now find new ways to continue, to adapt, to endure.
We need to get other sisters from the other part of the world to come here as we began. Remember, we began with Germans. We had Germans, we had Irish, and we had, I think, one Polish sister was here as well. That's why we are called missionary. That if we have sisters in abundance in other countries, then we try to bring them over.
And yet, the story does not end here, because what is rooted in faith does not depend on numbers.
And we are decided. We have really made up our mind. It is going to continue. It is going to continue. And what we are doing is not our work. That is God's work. And so the future will depend on Him. The only thing what we need to do is to pray that we are open to the changes that maybe will come.
And in that openness lies hope. In the end, what remains is not buildings, not programs, not even institutions. What remains is witness, a life lived in faith, a love given freely, a mission carried forward.
You know, if you don't have that personal relationship with God, there's no way that you can teach it to anyone.
Because the mission was never just about what they did, but who they were.
No regrets. No regrets. I'm happy to be here, but you have to be committed to that man, Jesus Christ.
A legacy of faith, a witness of love, a mission that continues in the classrooms, in communities, in vocation, because the love of Christ still impels.
They attend the First Friday Mass